Hey guys, today my pastazanum's trying to crawl out of its pot. I'm gonna try to not really give it a repot because it doesn't need one. The roots are fine. I can see the roots from here, but the roots, it needs to be centered over here so it can crawl this way rather than crawl out of the pot. And I know it looks leggy. I really don't know if this is just its growth pattern when it's young, because I put this plant in bright light. Like, it almost couldn't get any brighter without burning, in my opinion. But I will probably see this new leaf. If that's as big as the rest, then I will move it somewhere brighter. I bought it and it was like this when I bought it, and then it went like that, which in a way that is kind of what philodendrons do to some extent, but at the same time I'm not sure. So if you guys know, then let me know, because it's still kind of confusing to me. It looks like it's trying to gather as much light as possible, but at the same time it's not. Like, it has as much light as it needs. Right, so I'm just gonna begin with, I'm not gonna change out the soil. This soil is like my favorite soil in the collection. I didn't make it, but as I'm doing this, I'm also gonna look at the ingredients in the soil and try to make it myself, because this is the best soil I've owned for aeroids specifically. Like, I bought it like this. It doesn't smell like cocoa core. It smells like almost regular garden soil. I bet it's just like, potting soil. Let me see. Yes, I do keep a jar of potting soil by my side. I don't really have a reason for it, just do. So I'm not really gonna need to, I don't want to rip out the roots off, so I'm just gonna squeeze the bottom. I'm gonna put the camera where you can see it better. Right, here I am. I'm just gonna start. I don't know if I should, what's the best method for this? I don't know if I should start like dumping things out, like all the soil out, or just take the roots, like take it like this. Like, what is the best method here? I don't want to break or damage many roots. Ooh. I heard one rip that seems too risky in my opinion, because I'm not looking to damage any roots today. So, this is the most awesome soil I've ever seen. Oh, what's that? You see that? What is that? Is that part of the plant? Oh, it's green. Is it? I think it is. I think this might have been a cutting of the one. I'm not even sure, to be honest. What is this? Okay. I am ripping a few roots. But there we go. Oh, magnificent. Look at this. Look at this perlite. That's my favorite thing in the world. Okay. So I'm not really gonna break up the roots too much. I just want to see what this is. Oh yes! This is a cutting to like a bigger plant of the, so there's a stem, you cut it off on both sides, and it grew out here and gave me this basically. So that's cool. So I'm just gonna move, let's see, which way was it tilting? It really wants to go that way, which is not really. Here, we're gonna move it like way back here so it has all this crawling room. See that? Look at that. Look at that. Now, I mean, it's not great. I would preferably put this in like a long, wider, like not really a square or circle, circular pot, but more of like a wider, long pot for these specific plants mainly. But I don't have one of them right now. So I'm just gonna do this temporarily. Which this will do. This is fine. It's got activated charcoal in there. Whatever that. If I think it's activated. Whoever knows what the difference is, someone tell me. Because I don't know what activated and regular charcoal. Like, what's the difference? Okay. I'm gonna make sure that you're not. Okay. I just pack it down slightly. Just like make sure it all gets to the bottom. I am gonna fill it up where you can't really see it because I apologize, but I do need to kind of collect all this soil right here. Oh, this looks so much better. It actually looks like it's crawling now. I love the leca balls in here, like lechuzapon or whatever. I don't even, at this point, I'm no hydroponic scientist, so what I do notice is I feel like this isn't necessarily an entirely bad thing, especially for aeroids, but there are a lot of pockets in there that I just haven't really gotten to. Shaking is not, like, I feel like right there especially. Maybe not. But if you notice, like, there's still a good amount of soil, and I feel like we're filling over the top, which is not really a big deal. It's not that big of a deal. So the soil feels moist, which is a good thing I just watered it. Well, my last video is when I watered it, so like 3 days ago, maybe? I'm not even sure. Okay. There we are. So there's like this big cavity here now, or this big dent. But that's okay, because it's for the safety of my plants. Right, and this is what we are left with. I think it looks better than before. Because before, that was out there. That was out there, right? It started like right here. Now it starts back here. So, eventually, pretty soon, even, maybe in the next like few months or weeks even, I will have to repot it into something longer than this. Because it's going to keep crawling out of its pot. Because this philodendron is a crawler, not a climber. So it's gonna crawl out of its pot. The thing that kind of annoys me with crawlers and climbers, don't get me wrong, I love crawling philodendrons and climbers too, but the thing that annoys me about crawlers over climbers is that climbers, they can climb. If you have a moss pole, then the pot can stay as small until the roots really crowd it. The moss pole's gonna keep it looking very, like, the roots are gonna grow in the moss pole. And so you don't really have to change out the pot almost ever. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But with crawling philodendrons, they're gonna keep crawling, and you just have to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And not only like this way, you can cut them back every now and then, but at the same time, it's at the point where the roots are still growing there, so you just have to get a bigger, longer pot each time. Pretty annoying, but it's plants. I think if you notice, see all those roots, they were not even touching they were not like reaching the ground. So those roots are going to be happy that they actually have something to stick into and to absorb water to. Okay, I'm going to test out how it does here, because I moved it somewhere way brighter, and I'm going to see how it does. So this will be a good experiment, and I'll let you guys know exactly how it does in a later video. But for now, it's going to stay there, and it's going to do its own thing, and it's going to, you better grow big leaves. I mean, look at the Plowmanii. Do you not see the Plowmanii over here? Aren't you jealous? Aren't you jealous? Or what about the Gloriosum? Speaking of the Gloriosum, it's been halfway unfurled for the longest time, and then I was thinking, oh, well, I haven't watered it in some time, so it's probably that. You know when they're inflating, like for example, this is before they start inflating, then they begin to look like this. While it's inflating, they do like the water to help them inflate. So I turned off this just so the audio on my video isn't super annoying, with that going in the background and the fan going in the background. Come on, fan, are you on? No. There we go. I don't keep the fan on 24/7. That would burn out the motor. But I just keep it on during the day. What's the humidity? Oh, the humidity went down since I turned that off. That's bad. Look at that humidity. That's bad. And so basically, that was all of today's video. I have some dirt to dispose of. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. If you found this video interesting, then give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't already, because new videos coming out. And even share this video with one of your friends if you know someone who has a plant that was doing the same thing as mine and they don't really know what to do with it. Then share it with them, and I can it'll be kind of like a walkthrough in that situation. So with that, thank you guys for watching. Bye.